Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to a new Let's Play. What are we doing? It's a game by Sony Computer Entertainment Europe and also Naughty Dog. I love Naughty Dog. It is Jak II Renegade. Yay! I've been really looking forward to starting this Let's Play because I really enjoyed doing Precursor Legacy again. So I just wanted to start Jak II Renegade quickly after that one. So we're going to choose the only empty save file there is, and we're going to start a new game.
For every age, there is a time of trial. The rocks faced such a fire before they were the strength beneath our feet. The plants braved vast winds before their roots could give us life. As a sage of considerable years, I have known only one such great ordeal. Yet the hero it created was a champion for all time. Today's the big day, Jak. I hope you are prepared for whatever happens.
I think I figured out most of this machine. It interacts somehow with that large precursor ring. I just hope we didn't break anything moving it here to the lab.
Easy for you to say. We did all the heavy lifting.
Daxter! Don't touch anything! Though the precursors vanished long ago, the artifacts they left behind can still do great harm.
Or great good, if you figure out how to use them.
I've had some experience with such things. I know you can make it work.
Looks like Jak still got the mojo.
Interesting. It appears to be reading out some preset coordinates.
Look at that.
Finally, the last rift gate has been opened.
What are those things?
So this is how it happened.
You cannot hide from me, boy.
Do something, Jak!
What's this do? Or that? How about this one? Everybody press all the buttons.
What was that thing?
Hang on, everyone!
I want on this thing!
Find yourself, Jak!
Okay. I swear, that's the last time I ever touch any stupid precursor crap!
There he is. Move in. Step away from the animal.
Ah!
Forget the rat. The Baron wants him. We've been waiting for you.
Don't worry, Jak. I'll save you before you know it.
Dark eco injection cycle complete. Bio readings nominal and unchanged.
Well, nothing. I was informed that this one might be different.
He is surprisingly resistant to your experiments, Baron Praxis. I fear the Dark Warrior program has failed.
You should at least be dead with all the dark eco I pumped into you.
What now? Metalhead armies are pressing their attacks. Without a new weapon, my men cannot hold them off forever.
I will not be remembered as the man who lost this city to those vile creatures! Move forward with the final plan, and finish off this thing tonight.
As you wish. I'll be back later.
Ding ding, third floor. Body chains, roach food, torture devices. Hey, buddy, you seen any heroes around here? Whoa! What'd they do to you? Jak, it's me, Daxter. That's a fine hello. I've been crawling around in this place, risking my tail, literally, to save you. I've been looking for you for 2 years. Say something, just this once.
I'm gonna kill Praxis!
Shh. Right now, we gotta get you out of here. Just let me figure out how to open the security locks for your chair so I can... Or, you can do it. Jack, easy now. Easy, buddy. It's your old pal Daxter, remember?
Daxter?
What the heck was that? Sheesh! Remind me not to piss you off. Come on, tall, dark, and gruesome. We're out of here. I brought you some new threads. Put them on.
So you might be really confused of what's actually going on, especially if you played Precursor Legacy, because this is quite different. First of all, I'm just going to change the camera because it was annoying me a little bit. I like it flipped like that. So basically what's going on is that Jak has been trapped by Baron Praxis, and they are doing experiments on him with dark eco. And before they're going to kill him, Daxter has come to save Jak. And for some reason I can't get up to get that Precursor orb. The start is pretty much just an introductory level and teaching you how to do stuff.
We might find a few hidden around, or get some doing difficult tasks.
And that is, of course, Precursor orbs. You remember those from the previous game, but we are not collecting as many of them this time, because Precursor orbs in this game are very rare, and you just use them sometimes to buy things, extra stuff. And there's an extra one. So yeah, what I was saying at the start of the game here is just introductory things, teaching you how to attack and roll and jump and all of that basic stuff that Jak does. It's very simple, but of course they need to have some kind of introductory teaching you stuff here. And it's always good to have some stuff like that, because I had forgotten a little bit from Precursor Legacy, actually. I'm just looking around for Precursor orbs because there are some of them around. Now, these guards are the guards of Baron Praxis. We're just going to attack them. They're very easy in this. They point their gun at you, but they don't shoot at all. So you have a lot of time to take them out. It's very, very simple. Now, one thing you probably noticed just at the beginning, like we're not even 10 minutes into the game, and you probably all noticed already that this game is very, very different to Precursor Legacy. Precursor Legacy was quite, what am I going to say? It was quite simple and light and a little happy, even though it was about someone taking over the world and that stuff. And I don't want it shooting at us, so be careful. But this game is much, much darker. Like, a lot darker. If you haven't played this game before, then you've only played Precursor Legacy, or you've only watched my Let's Play of Precursor Legacy and not watched this, then you'll be very surprised by how different this game actually is to the first one. But this game, Jak II Renegade, is actually my favorite Jak and Daxter game in the trilogy. It actually is. For many reasons. I'll probably explain more why it's my favorite game in the series, like, as we go through the game, because I can't begin to explain it now. We don't really have the time. So I'll pretty much explain that when we get further into the game. So here is our escape. Let's escape from this place.
We'll get that Baron Praxis guy, all right.
Hello, strangers. My name is Core. May I help?
You look like a reasonably smart man. I want information. Where the hell am I?
Sorry. He's new to the whole conversation thing.
Well, my angry young friend, you are a guest of His Majesty Baron Praxis, the ruler of glorious Haven City.
I was just a guest in the good Baron's prison.
Inside a cell or inside the city, walls surround us both. We are all his prisoners. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'd move on if I were you.
By order of His Eminence, the Grand Protector of Haven City, Baron Praxis, everyone in this section is hereby under arrest for suspicion of harboring underground fugitives. Surrender and die.
Excuse me, sir. Don't you mean surrender or die?
Not in this city. Protect us from these guards, and I'll introduce you to someone who can help you.
You are authorized to ship.
So we're just going to take out these guards so that core crew, what's his name again, will give us information about someone who can give us information and help us. And we are using Dark Jak power. This is the power that Baron Praxis experimented with on Jak.
That was cool. Do it again.
Something's happening to me. Something he did. I can't control it.
Very impressive.
You okay, Jak?
What you just did was very brave. This child is important.
This kid? He looks kind of scruffy.
You are in a restricted zone. Move along.
Thank you for your help, but I must get this boy to safety.
Hey! What about us?
There is an underground group waging war against Baron Praxis. Its leader, the Shadow, could use fighters like you. Go to the slums, find a dead-end alley near the city wall. Ask for Torn. He can help you.
Alright, so apparently there is some kind of group working against Baron Praxis with its leader, the Shadow. So we're just going to head to the edge of the slums, which we are in now. You can kind of see that this is the slums. And also for Torn. And in this game you have this transportation system. It's kind of the same as the Precursor Legacy when we went through all the Fire Canyon, all of that stuff. It's kind of the same thing, but it's a little bit different. It's much quicker. There are more versions of it, as you can see. I call them cars. I just call them cars. I don't know. As you can see, there's quite many different types of them around here. But I really like it, and I really like this, even though it's quite difficult to move around in the city on this. But here we go.
We're looking for a guy named Torn. Core sent us. Are you Torn?
Maybe this guy's a new, like you used to be.
New faces make me nervous. Word is you're out to join the fight for the city. You know, picking the wrong side could be unhealthy.
We want to see the Shadow.
Not likely. If you want to join something, why don't you and your pet go join the circus? Unless you've got the fur for a really tough task. Steal the Baron's banner from the top of the ruined tower and bring it back to me. Then, maybe we'll talk.
So apparently we have to prove ourselves in order for Torn to actually include us in the group. Raising war against Baron Praxis. So we are going to steal the Baron's flag from the tower, and that is kind of like the way that we're going to prove ourselves, kind of, sort of, yeah. So as you can see, the map is on the bottom right corner. What you do is that you follow the symbols on the map. The symbols indicate the different types of missions that we have. This game is all centered around doing missions all over Haven City, which we are in now. That is a city that Baron Praxis rules, that we are all trapped inside the walls. Here we go, we are in the slums. Here we have more creatures to defeat. So you might be wondering, where is Seamus? Where is Kira? We don't know yet. We don't know. I'm actually surprised that Jak and Daxter haven't really talked haven't talked anything about where Seamus and Kira is yet. And I just got hit. Damn. I didn't really want to get hit in like the first part of the Let's Play, but that's fine. Things happen. Yeah, I'm surprised that Jak and Daxter haven't talked about where Seamus and Kira is, because I would imagine that if I got transported like further in time and with some other people, and they just disappeared from me and I didn't know where they were, that I would be quite surprised and wondering where they are. But they're not talking about that for some reason. But that's okay. So we are now trying to get to the top of the tower, and some of these will fall apart, but you can kind of tell which one of them will crack and fall apart. You can kind of do that. It's quite simple, but of course it's the first part, so nothing really hard is going to happen yet, even though this game is quite infamous for being quite difficult. But I'm sure I'll manage.
I guess you guys are in.
Yeah, we just got included in the group for stealing Baron Praxis' flag. Yes. And I really love the fact that they included that, not really a dance, but that move that Jak and Daxter usually did each time they collected a power cell in Precursor Legacy. And yes, there won't be any power cells or scope eyes or anything like that in this game. So yeah, the first game was the last time that you ever saw power cells and scope eyes. We do have precursor orbs though in this game, but as I said, they are very rare, and this game is not like a collector's game where you collect things. I could have just gone down there. Yeah, it's much more open world and action filled. Kind of, I don't really know how to describe the game though. At least it's very different to the first game. It is, but I do like the change. I love the first game. Like the first game is definitely one of my favorite games. But actually, I think Jak II is my favorite, even over Jak III. I just love how different it is, and I really love the story in this game, because the story is quite interesting. I really like it. You'll see more throughout the game why I love the story so much and why it's so interesting. I just always loved like even like TV shows like this where you're like trapped in a city and you have to fight to exit and take over from a leader that is not fair, basically. I've always loved that kind of story. Now let's head in here to the headquarters of the group.
Woo! Being a big hero sure makes you thirsty.
The Baron turned off all water to the slums. He's willing to sacrifice innocent lives just to destroy the underground. I shouldn't be surprised. I've seen his evil before while serving in the Crimson Guard. That's why I quit.
You were a Crimson Guard? Well, that explains your charming sense of humor.
My friend in the Guard tells me the valve to turn the water back on is located outside the city, at the pumping station.
Outside the city? What about the security walls?
What about the metalheads? There ain't no petting zoo out there. Peeps be getting deep sixed.
Find the large drain pipe in the north wall. It'll take you outside the city to the pumping station. Get to the main valve and open it. If you survive, the slums will be indebted to you. If not, maybe we'll have a touching moment of silence in your honor.
I'd like to give him a touching moment.
You do that, Daxter. So the Baron has turned off all the water going into the slums. Basically, lives are being spent on this, that they do not have water. So we are going to head to the pumping station, which is a new area, and find a drain pipe and turn the valve so that we can return the water to the slums. And he's basically doing that just to destroy the underground. And you have to be careful with these Crimson Guard cars or ships, because if you crash into them, they will all attack you. All of the Crimson Guards around the area, and they'll pretty much like chase you around and try to take you out, basically. Now, I prefer the smaller ships. You can kind of see them flying around. The small one right next to us, the smaller ones, because they are much easier to drive. They go much quicker, and it's not that easy to bump into others. But this one, this huge one, it's kind of a little bit difficult to turn. Yeah, it's there's huge differences pretty much between them. And each time I go here, I try to land on top, but I always fall down into the water when I do that. So here is the gate to the pumping station. You will be going to the pumping station a few times throughout the game, actually, because there are quite a lot of stuff you can do here. We'll be having a lot of missions here. This is Dark Eco. You can find those in those boxes. And what I just collected now is a metalhead. Metalhead skulls, I mean. They are in... You can get them from defeating the metalheads. And metalhead skulls is actually something that we use to upgrade Jak. I'll be showing you later on in this video, like at the end, how you can upgrade him with the metalhead skulls. But yeah, pretty much every time you defeat a metalhead, it will drop a metalhead skull. So make sure that you pick that up and collect them, just as with these Precursor orbs, which I now have 8 of. You want to collect as many of them as you can, so that we can unlock different things throughout the game. And now I'm getting really out of breath. I don't know why. I always seem to get really out of breath each time I do commentary. It just always happens. And also I was just outside, and it's really, really cold here in Oslo, Norway. It's like suddenly, like 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago, it wasn't really that cold. But now suddenly it's like winter temperature, and I'm freezing. And I'm going out tonight, so I'm not looking forward to freezing in my clothes. I'm not looking forward to that at all. So I kind of have a little bit of cold. You can kind of hear it in my voice because it sounds a bit darker, and I don't know, it just sounds a little bit strange. And I'm getting really easily out of breath too as well. Be careful with these laser things, not get hit. That would not be fun. And I'm getting hit so many times. I'm losing so much health from these creatures. Not only the metalheads, but these smaller green ones, and also the orange ones. I'm losing so much health. And now we have 8 metalhead skulls. That's nice. I don't remember how many you need for the first upgrade, but we won't be able to get that at the beginning either way. And these ones are quite simple to get across. Very simple. And those small green boxes is for health, of course. And I can't actually remember what's over on, not over here, I'll show you. Go back, what's over there? I can't remember. But later on in the game we will get something that will help us to traverse across those zip lines. Not zip lines, but kind of lines, I don't know what to call them. So we'll probably be going there later on in the video, and in the game I mean. But actually I can't remember what's there, so that will be quite interesting when we actually go there and check it out, since I can't remember at all what's there. Yeah. Get the metalhead skulls, and now we'll head over to the drain pipe and turn the valve to return the water to the slums.
The valve. Allow me. Don't say it. Don't even chuckle. Next time, you turn the valve.
That cutscene is so funny. It's definitely one of the most funniest cutscenes in the game. Really hilarious. So now we have returned the water to the slums. So the underground are now will forever be in our debt for that. That's our good deed of the day. So you can probably see that there has there's the new kind of symbol on the map. Kind of looks like a monk. So we'll be heading straight over there and checking out what that is for.
Greetings, great warrior. I sense there is a dark rage burning within you, and in time it will destroy you with its madness. Only the last power of the Precursors can save you. Destroy my enemies, those creatures you call the Metalheads. Bring me 25 of their skull gems, and I will teach you how to control these powers.
Alright, so we need 25 Metalhead skulls to get a new upgrade from the Oracle. I think it's Oracle. For those of you that have watched my Precursor Legacy Let's Play, you probably remember me really struggling remembering what it's called, but I think it's the Oracle. That's what it's called, but I might even be wrong because I was wrong every single time in Precursor Legacy Let's Play. I just never could remember the name of them. Yeah, I think it's Oracle. If not, I'm really embarrassed again. So yeah, we need to collect 25 Metalhead skulls to get the first upgrade. So now we'll be returning to Torn to do a new mission, but that is going to be for the next part, part 2. I really hoped you enjoyed this first part of my Let's Play of Jak II Renegade, and that you're excited to watch the rest of the Let's Play as well. Just as excited as I am to play the game. So if you did like the video, please like it. That helps. Comment if you want to. Subscribe to my channel to not miss any videos, and also share the video around. And also follow my Twitter for frequent updates. The link to my Twitter is always in the video description. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next part for part 2, and we'll do another Torn mission. See you then.